This is Great Lakes D&D. And we are here, finally, recording the first official campaign episode. This is Devin, the Dungeon Master, and I am here obviously with the crew. All of you go around and introduce yourselves now.
I'm Joel, I play Chopper.
This is Shaggy, I play Ace.
I'm Mason, and I play Luffy.
I'm Josh, and I play SALIX.
There you have it. And without further ado, we are going to get into this episode. Now, all of you are officially, as you know it, in hibernation sleep. Basically, the last time that we were here, you guys underwent the mission brief, and the mission brief was just a short walkthrough of like asteroid impact, what your guys' actual mission was to save Ocaria, figure out what the point of the asteroid even hitting Ocaria was. And you guys knew that at 0400 the next morning, you guys were going to be launching. The events that happened after that, you guys made the launch, you guys flew up. Jack Ruby, your guys' overseer, gave you a short tour of Ocarias Hope, showed you like where the commons room was and, you know, all the navigation and everything like that. But then he actually induced you guys into hibernation sleep, which is currently where you guys are. So your body is kind of shut down to the point where you're not using up a lot of like resources in order to survive. You're using basically the bare minimum. So as far as like real crucial dreaming, you guys really aren't doing that while you guys are up in space at hibernation sleep. Now we are going to have SALIX make the first roll on the show. I need you to roll a perception check with disadvantage. So you roll twice and you take the lower number.
Okay.
Okay?
Alright.
First roll,
There you
everybody. Go.
14.
14 for the first.
Not bad.
That's not bad for
This
a
one's gonna
that's
be
your lower.
12.
So you take your 12. With a 12, Salix, you open up your eyes and see a faint, blurry red glow. As you're kind of looking up and looking around, for a minute you're thinking this doesn't feel real, and all of a sudden you hear the ship say, reserve power at 2%. What do you do?
What do I do? So it's really just a red haze, you said?
Like a red glow.
Red glow.
Yep.
Reserve. I look around to see if any of, I can see anybody else in the room I'm in.
You look around, and now that you're more awake and like kind of getting rid of a little bit of that cloudiness you get when you are first waking up, I'll have you roll another perception check, but this time with no disadvantage.
No disadvantage.
So whatever you get
12 again.
another 12 for consistency. I'll give you. You open up your eyes a little bit, and you are starting to like get your bearings. You can see that the glass that was on the face of your hibernation pod is now cracked and broken. And as you kind of like peer up and look through the edges of the peripheral of the glass, you see that this red glow is lights that are inside of the ship. The ship looks broken. You can see Luffy's pod is kind of flipped over and facing one of the walls. You can see that Ace's pod is kind of hanging half over like the stairwell that leads down to the sphere attack blaster basically that was mounted on the bottom of the ship. And you can see Chomper's pod, which is wedged into a corner, and it has a giant piece of the ship laying on top of it.
Okay. So I would go and try to help Ace out, since me and him met before the mission started when we were recruited.
So
he'd be the
waking
first
up,
person to want to wake up.
You waking up now in this pod and looking around. Ace is your first target. Do you call out to him or anything?
No, because I know he's in that glass barrier,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks like he's asleep still.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm just gonna go and pretty much investigate
Okay.
the pod he's in.
I will have you roll a strength check with advantage, because basically what you're doing now is trying to push out of your pod, and you're trying to push the door open, and the pod is already basically compromised.
Yeah.
So obviously, like, the door is going to be a little bit easier to push off, and there's nothing laying on top of your pod. So go ahead and roll.
Okay. So basically, I'm in my pod. I can just see through, like, out it, and that it's cracked.
Kind of,
Okay.
it's cracked and everything, but the glass, like, from where you can, like, sit up and look, like, you can only get your head so close to where you can see kind of, like, around the ship.
Okay.
So,
All right. So yeah, I would try to push out of my pod.
okay.
5,
5. Nope. Oh, yeah, with advantage. Sorry, with advantage. Yep, you're good.
11.
11. No,
What
with
is
an
that, strength?
11.
Yes.
Yes, so you add your strength modifier.
Yep. You got
So
your character sheet
yep.
in front of you?
go to your character sheet and see what your modifier is for your strength.
So I have a strength of 3.
Yeah, your strength is 17, but your modifier is +3. So on top of your 11, you add that +3 modifier because it's a strength check. So realistically, you rolled a 14, which is better. So with a little bit of kind of luck for how messed up your pod is and a decent amount of strength, you kind of awkwardly laying down in this pod, use your feet and your hands and push this pod open, and you can see that you're like forcing it open against kind of what it was designed to do. It's not being open mechanically, and you open up the pod, and now you are standing in the ship. Now, without rolling a perception, because you're just looking around, you look around and basically see that something's very wrong with the ship. There's sunlight peeking through, so obviously from what you can tell, you are probably not in space anymore. It doesn't look like the ship was landed peacefully. I mean, there's stuff strewn all out. There's a huge panel that has fallen on top of Chomper's pod. There's, like I said, there's cracks in the shell of the ship that is letting sunlight through. I mean, something's very wrong. And the first person that you go towards is Ace. Ace, you start to get your bearings, and you see, almost as if you're still dreaming, the blurry, cloudy image of somebody looking down on top of you. What do you say?
Hello, is anybody there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm right here.
What happened?
I have no clue. I just woke up too.
Have you seen anybody else?
Well, I see 2 other pods.
Now, Luffy, as you are waking up, you kind of hear these two chit-chatting. You kind of... Dude, yeah, that's good. You kind of come to, yeah, still like caught up in your own dream, and you basically hear these two chatting, but like same thing basically, like the glass of yours is not broken, but like clearly like the edges of your pod are dented in, and right now currently how it's dented in, you're kind of bent at like a weird angle, but you can hear 2 people talking. You guys can continue talking if you want to. So
Trying to break out your pods.
you guys hear Luffy call out to you.
What? I'm a royal, get me out of this thing! Come on! We're servants!
Ace still stuck in his pod, and Salix looking down at Ace. What do you guys choose to do? I'm guessing you guys probably decide to try and work your way out of your pod.
I'm gonna ask Salix to help me out of here.
Okay.
Yep.
Salix, I'm going to have you roll a strength check, and basically with you, I'm going to have you roll a strength check, and we're going to combine both of yours, and most likely you guys will beat this.
I got a 2.
Wow! You guys don't beat it.
4.
You guys don't. Your pod somehow is in the best shape out of all of these, and it just took a hard enough hit to where the system shut down on it.
Son of a bitch.
The security on it is still keeping you locked in. So you standing outside now, Salix, what do you decide to do?
Salix, do you have any weapons?
Yeah, I'm looking right now for him.
Luffy's still calling out.
Yeah. Can I just try to roll for strength to push myself out of this?
Yep,
thing?
you can try to push out.
Yeah.
And like I said, yours
got a
is
good strength modifier.
yours is dented, so you can roll with advantage.
With advantage. It's gonna be a 9.
You're definitely gonna need it.
And a 3, but it's a 9 plus my strength, which is high. Strength is plus 9, so I got 18.
Okay, so Salix, you are talking to Ace, and you guys are trying to figure out how to get him out of this pod, and you guys hear from behind a loud. And you turn around and see the lid of one of these pods has just basically flown off the hinges, kind of, and Luffy rises to his feet, dusting himself off angrily.
Hey man, I need help with this guy. I need to get him out of here.
For sure. Give me a second. I just got out of my pod. Man.
We had a crash landing. I'm almost positive of it.
As you
just
guys
woke up.
are saying this, Chomper wakes up, not very happy about where he's at right now. And you can clearly see that you can't really look around the ship because there's a huge panel from the interior of the ship laying on top of your pod. So what do you do?
What in the fuck is going on here?
Holy shit!
Yes!
Well, I guess we know where Chomper's at, guys.
Ace from his pod hears this and kind of shoots a nervous look like, oh my god. And you two standing outside of your pods look in the direction that big panel is laying on top of his pod.
I need to get the fuck out of here now.
Is that fucking raccoon?
Doesn't sound
Dude,
pretty.
calm down.
So
You're last in line.
Ace, if
Might
you
have to
want
calm
to
this
at
place.
this current moment, you can try to roll another strength check to try and force your way out.
Can I help him with
Or I could
that
ask
too?
You
Salix
can,
to try and
yes.
find my rifle. We can shoot a hole through this.
Currently where you guys are at now, you guys are looking around and can't see any weapons from where you guys are currently at in the ship.
Okay, so we don't have any.
How about any metal
You don't
that's
see my rifle
like-
anywhere?
Roll a perception check.
perception check?
Yep.
Because I want to find a chunk of metal.
With the
Like a steel
advantage, because
bar.
you're kind of searching
Your
rubble
ship's
and stuff.
intact, like fully?
13.
13.
1.
So
Oh my God.
13. We'll
What's
take
your
the 13.
perception?
Perception, that beats it with the 13.
Okay,
So,
okay.
with the 13, basically, you can see that there's this piece of, like, almost to look like a grab bar, kind of, but it has a sharp edge on it. By the way that the sharp edge is shaped, you almost think to yourself you might be able to wedge this in, like, the doorway of his pod.
Okay. So I go and grab that and I try to wedge him out with that.
I will have you roll a strength check with advantage.
As he's doing this, I'm just punching the glass.
Yeah, you guys hear from the corner where this huge panel, basically just this boom, 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 boom. Yes, yes,
I
constantly
look over
pounding.
at Luffy.
Excuse me.
And I tell him that guy is the last person we'll be getting.
I'm definitely not gonna try that to help that demi-human. I'm just gonna let you know that right
Demi-human.
now.
Alright, so here's my strength check.
Yes.
8.
That's an 18. That was an 18. Oh, you
16.
with this metal, you wedge it inside the door deep enough to where you can actually put some weight on it, and you just put some weight on it. This door flips open, and Ace is now free from his pod.
Thanks for the help, man.
Yeah, no problem.
Let's go get this crazy raccoon now.
Now, you guys walk over to Chomper's pod. You guys walk over, and there's a giant sheet of like panel that has fallen. And if you guys want, you guys can try to roll strength checks to lift this off.
If all three of us try and lift it at the same time, we might be able to get him out.
Ugh, 6 plus 9.
11 plus 7.
6 total.
6 total, and with yours, what is yours?
15.
15, and then your strength with that.
We're at 26.
26.
Oh, my whole strength.
With your modifier, yes.
So that's 17 plus 11 or plus 3.
Where are you? Where's your strength? Plus 3. That's
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that's my modifier. So I'm at 14 with my modifier.
So we got a 6, we got a
15,
15
and a
which would be
14.
21, and then you guys beat it, 35. With a decent amount of effort, all of you guys grunting and pushing, you guys begin to lift, and as you guys begin to lift, Chomper begins to push with his little raccoon paws on the inside of his pod, and as he's doing this, you guys can see that he is actually pushing the door open and trying to help you guys.
Okay.
So, you guys lift this giant piece of sheet metal off, you guys basically kind of fold it over, and it makes a loud clang, and basically the door flies open, and this tiny little raccoon bounds out and just kind of looks at all of you confused.
Where the fuck am I?
We don't quite
Know who you're talking to.
I don't know where I am. I don't know who you guys are right now.
We were on a spaceship, and I'm pretty sure we.
We don't know.
Pretty sure we
anything
crash
that's going on
landed.
right
You guys take in your surroundings, kind of, after a brief scuffle of words. Just from where you guys are looking at, you guys can see that the hallway that was open for the navigation room is collapsed. And at the end of it, you can almost see what looks to be like a stone-like formation poking through the end of the ship. So you guys have obviously crashed into something. Down the hallway, you guys can see where the weapons were kept.
I'm gonna go there.
I think we should definitely go get our
Yeah,
gear,
let's
guys.
get equipped up real quick, boys. Let's get our armor and shit.
So you guys walk to the end of the hallway as far as you can before you start seeing like where the ship's collapsing on itself, where the navigation systems and all of the like front of the ship should be. As you guys are in this hallway, you guys can see a sniper rifle laying on the ground, of which Ace leans down, kind of looks at the side of it, and kind of throws it around his shoulder and claims it as his own. Now, the rest of you kind of start peeling through it's basically steel door that you guys slide open, and you guys see the weapons that have been stationed there for you guys, and you guys kind of peel off the weapons that belong to you. After this, you guys suit up in your exosuits, and you guys notice that from kind of the words that Captain Wilhelm shared with you before, that if you guys were on an unlivable planet, or a planet where you guys couldn't survive, your helmets would automatically come up. Your helmets are not coming up.
Oh, we can. So if our helmets come up,
You guys are in a place where there is like no oxygen, there's no sunlight, or
If our helmets come
it's
off.
like if your helmets are
They're like
automatic.
Yeah, they come up and
oh,
cover.
Yeah.
our face.
I'm thinking they're always on,
No.
and then it
No.
would like come up, and like
No.
then we'd be out of here.
No,
or something.
no,
Okay.
no.
Okay.
Yeah. So, basically they come up if you guys are in a place that you guys would die. So, you guys are at the front of the ship, or what's left of it. You guys are grabbing your weapons and everything. Ace, as they're gathering the rest of their weapons, and after you've gathered your sniper rifle, and I'm assuming your laser pistol.
The rest of my gear.
Roll a perception check.
Hey,
Yeah, rolling an 8.
Close.
It's plus. Yeah. I guess after you do that too, let me know
What was I rolling for?
perception.
I'm not very wise, guys. So
To me, a 10 total.
10 total. What's
Yeah.
your passive perception?
it would be
Let
right
me
here.
see,
Right here.
Okay.
Go to your main, and then it's right there. Passive wisdom, perception.
Because your passive is probably going to help you out more than what your actual
Passive
roll
wisdom
did.
12.
Yep.
So 12? Okay, so I guess it's not that great. You look on the ground, and amongst the rubble, you see what looks to be something that doesn't look like a piece of the ship. It's just, it almost looks like a small piece of plastic. Like it shouldn't be there.
Okay.
What do you do?
We go ahead and get up and investigate it.
You pick it up, investigate.
It's 9.
That'd be in your skills.
It's gonna be it's gonna be an 8.
8. So with an 8, you look kind of like you've seen this before, but you don't know exactly what this is. Now this is just you. I guess you just kind of hold it on your person for now, or
I'm
do
gonna
you?
hang on to it and ask you guys when they get over here.
Okay. You guys suit up and everything, and as you guys kind of finish suiting up, you guys all kind of look at each other, now suited up in exosuits and geared to the teeth with weapons.
Is this when I get my staff of lightning and shit?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Just and side note, can I get like a custom exosuit since I'm royalty? Can I have like a gold exosuit or some shit while other guys got like silver? Cause like my mama paid like big bucks or something.
Yeah. You kind of start spitting this off, and the other characters are kind of looking at you as you're kind of like thinking out loud. And I guess, what do you guys say about that?
I don't care either way.
I see a gold exosuit then. Like, can I roll for like a?
You can roll to see. I will let you do a luck check,
All right.
and if you get a 19 or higher,
Do I have like a luck fucking modifier? Oh my god.
You find a
Little-
special exosuit,
Little do you know.
literally built for royalty.
Boom!
Busted.
Dead.
Yo,
That's a dead.
You don't find one.
I had to try.
No, it's there. It's just busted.
Yeah, it's all
burned.
broken
You
and
can't use
tatted.
it hot.
This piece of trash.
You guys are now standing at the front of the ship. Now, you guys know from the tour that you guys had from before that there is a spherical gun that's underneath of the ship. The exploration shuttles, rather, that were stationed on top of the commons area. You guys could see from before that because there was sunlight and everything poking through, maybe that part of the ship was gone. Aside from this,
Is it dark in here?
no.
Power off or on?
The reserve power is still on and there's a red glow.
Okay, we're good.
You guys can see that there's some metal that is sticking up from the ladder where the spherical gun is at, so maybe that spot's closed off as well. I'll leave this up to you guys. But also from what you guys know is at the end of the ship, there is an escape hatch.
Okay.
I think we definitely need to try and get out of the ship.
Do we know where we are? Or should we just hop up? So we're okay if we just get out.
I think we need to find
I
Jack.
think we need to.
Yeah, let's.
think-
Yeah,
I
where's
noticed-
our?
I noticed Ace picking up that piece of whatever, and I asked him about it once we all regroup.
Oh yeah, good.
Oh
he
yeah,
didn't.
this is like a hunk of plastic. You guys know what this
Let me
is?
check that out.
I'll have
over
everybody
to-
roll a perception check now.
Perception. Should be a nat 7, but
2.
What did you get?
15 so far.
Oh, Chomper looks at this, and out of everybody, his short little raccoon walks up next to the hand, kind of peeks up on his tippy toes and says, "That's a hard drive.
shit.
It's a specially designed hard drive by the Invisible Hand Corporation."
What do we use it for?
It just stores information. It looks like it's broke at the moment, but
Do you know where we put this?
my guess would be the main computer.
Where's the main computer, guys?
From what you guys know from the tour, it would have been at the front of the ship.
The front of the
Is that
ship's
what's
freaking gone.
Yeah, of course. Okay,
I mean,
so
we
yeah.
couldn't use it anyways. It looks broken.
We'll hang on to it just in case.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
So does Ace continue to hold on to this?
I'll just stow it away in one of my pockets.
Okay.
Now
No.
we need to go find Jack.
Jack, yeah. Where's our companion?
What do you guys do? Where do you guys head?
Down the hall?
I head outside.
Does Jack has a magical core, correct?
He has an arcane core, basically, that is made out of a nebula star.
Okay, can I use detect magic then?
Yes, you can.
This could be a natural 18.
With an 18, you roll and you find that somewhere in the nearby area there is, in fact, like just the slightest hint of what could be just a little bit of magic.
Okay, I'm gonna be like, you guys, I just saw some magic in that area. We should go there.
But it's not direct.
Not
it's,
direct.
It's
just
almost
somewhere close.
like, so imagine like Spider-Man in the spider sense, like incoming danger kind
Right.
of. It's kind of like you just have like your hair stands up a little bit, and like somewhere nearby, either outside of the ship or in the nearby area outside the ship, you sense that there's a little bit of magic.
Okay.
And I'm already walking out.
Yeah. Where are you heading, Chomper?
I'm just gonna climb up onto the top of the ship and try and look around.
Have we found an exit yet?
The only exit that you guys know of would either be out the spherical gun in the bottom of the ship or at the rear of the ship with the emergency hatch.
Okay.
All right.
Are we close to the back of the ship then?
You guys were at the front of the ship in the hallway where the weapons are.
So my
We're at the
detect
front of the
magic-
ship?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luffy kind of closes his eyes for a minute as Chomper is beginning to walk kind of into the commons area again in the middle of the ship just to try and like find a way out. And as he's doing this, there's like this almost like you guys just kind of like get this feeling of like static just a little bit, like your guys' hair stands up like he might be doing something magical, and all of a sudden it just ends.
Okay. Yeah, there's nothing here, guys, within 30 feet, so we're gonna have to keep looking.
Okay. I think we should split into groups of 2 and go different directions. Meet back
I'm
here
not
in
with the raccoon.
10
The
minutes.
raccoon's already gone.
Raccoon is heading somewhere, but he's not specific. So, who splits into what team?
I think we've already split it into teams.
Well, if the raccoon's gone, I have +3 animal handling, so can I
Sweet.
Whoa!
Yeah.
I think my animal handling is actually massive.
Sweet.
So I get a rainbow.
Prepare to be
I-
scooped. Chomper begins to walk away. And as Salix decides to split into teams, since this is Salix's idea, what teams do you decide?
Okay, since Chomper's already walking away, I'm running up to join with him, and I'm gonna tell Ace and Luffy to team up, and we'll meet back here in 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay.
Roger.
Make a game plan after that.
Roger.
Okay.
So in teams of 2, where do you guys decide to go?
I'm just following
Where do you decide to go?
Chomper.
So is the ship like the bottom of the ship's into the ground, correct?
The bottom of the ship is like basically you guys are still standing like on the floor that's inside the ship,
Yes.
but it's like cockeyed on like an
So we
angle.
could get out the spherical gun. All right, that's what I'm gonna go check.
So Chomper begins to walk into the commons area and climb onto the ladder that would lead down to the spherical gun. As he does this, you look down and you can see that the spherical gun has basically collapsed in on itself, and it basically looks like just a crumpled metal wall that's keeping you from going down there.
Okay.
All right, Chomper, let's try to go to the emergency exit.
All right, let's go.
Now, you guys go to the front of the ship a little bit further, and you guys see a rock formation that is kind of poking through, and you guys see that there is a little bit of an opening to the side of it. I can have you guys roll a strength check to see if you guys can bend the metal maybe or something.
Yeah, we can go with that at first, for sure. Just for that. It's gonna be a 15 plus 9.
18 total.
So, seeing as how this is like the exterior of the ship that you guys are trying to bend, I'm gonna say that you guys need to like start working on this and keep on working on it
Yeah.
if you want to. You guys grab a hold of this, and you guys can see it. This is a hole basically big enough for both of you to kind of get your fingers through.
Okay.
And you guys begin pulling at this metal, and you guys can actually feel that you guys are like bending the metal a little bit.
Alright.
Now, as you guys begin to do this, and as Chomper and Salix begin to head towards the back of the ship, all of a sudden, the red glow that is inside the ship is gone. The ship, for one last time, tells you
Reserve power has been completely depleted.
currently at 0%, and it kind of fades off in like a static, and all power is gone from the ship.
So, Chomper and I have made it to the door now,
Yep.
and we're trying to open it.
As you guys were walking down the hallway and it went dark, and you guys find yourself face to face with an emergency hatch that looks like it's controlled, from what you guys could tell before from the tour, by a keypad.
Any ideas, Chomper?
I have no idea. I say we just try it. Try as many combinations as we can.
You guys know from the tour, obviously, before, that the combination for the door is 0101.
Okay, so we try that.
You guys go to click the keypad, and you guys don't see any buttons light up.
Well, shit. What do we do, Chomper?
I said we look around, see if we can try and bust this door.
All right, so yeah.
Roll a perception check, both of you. What is your guys' roll?
20.
You got a natural 20?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Just go off his.
Oh my god! That's the first natural. He made the first roll of the podcast, and he got the first natural 20 of the podcast. Dope. With the natural 20, Chomper is kind of looking around, picking up random pieces of metal, and just kind of still in like his raccoon fury, swinging a piece of metal at this door, trying to break it. And as he's doing this, Salix is like taking a step back, and he's acting like he's searching for something to do the same thing. But as he does this, he notices that there is a small red lever at the bottom of this door.
So I pull on that bad boy.
You reach down and go to pull on it, and as you begin to pull on it, it slowly begins to slide. And as it slides, you guys can hear the decompression of the air that's been kept inside of this ship. And the door swings open.
Do our helmets come up?
Oh.
No. Okay.
As you do this, you're flooded with sunlight, and you can see basically that there is a kind of like a desert landscape on the outside of the ship.
I am going to climb on to the top of the ship too.
Okay, while you do that, I'm gonna go get the other two guys down by the turret.
Yep. Alright.
So we'll cut to Chomper. Chomper stands on top of the ship, climbs up on what is left. The spot where the exploration shuttles were held is completely sanded off, gone.
So I can see inside the ship from the top, correct?
No,
No?
it's basically like crunched down and flattened.
Okay.
Off in the distance, kind of, there is some hills that are a little bit north of the crash site. You can see that one of the exploration shuttles is kind of nestled between a couple sand mounds.
Okay.
It looks mangled and damaged. You can also see from where you're standing that probably northwest of you, there is a small cave opening. Southwest of you, there looks to be like a break in like this mountainous like canyon that you guys are stuck in. And to the east, you can see that there is a pathway that is clearly cut out in this canyon. But it almost appears to you like there might be footsteps down in the sand. Now, we're going to cut back to Salix. Salix is rushing back through the ship, making his way through twisted metal and basically whatever is laying in his path that is the ship. And he walks up to the front of the ship and sees Luffy and Ace pulling at this metal, basically trying to work their way out of the ship.
Hey guys, save your strength. I found an exit. Chomper's already on the roof.
Let's go. Thank you.
Check it out. This isn't going
way
well.
too much work.
Luffy pulls his hands away and kind of wipes them on the outside of his exosuit, kind of dusts them off, and Ace kind of wipes the sweat from his feathers, and you guys make your way out to the back of the ship. You guys kind of take in your guys' surroundings and see, as Chomper did, you guys are stuck in what looks to be like a mountainous canyon, basically. There are giant rocks, mountains that are on every side of you, it looks to be. But it looks to be like there might be a path that leads in a couple different directions. And Chomper on top
So
of the
do
ship
I see them now?
sees them exit the ship.
Hey guys, one of our exploration shuttles is to the north in those sand dunes.
Did you see the front of our ship anywhere?
No, I did not.
God damn it.
There's also a cave to the northwest.
Yep.
There's a cave to the northwest, and then to the east, I see a path, and I think I see footprints.
That might be our one guy.
Now,
Robot guy.
Jack?
Yeah, Jack.
from where you guys just exited the ship, Ace, Luffy, and Salix, you guys kind of look the direction that Chomper's pointing, and you guys see just a further bit away from you. It does look, in fact, like there is footprints that are leading away from the ship.
Can I swing up my scope on my rifle and
Yep.
investigate?
Which direction are you investigating?
I want to see if those actually are footsteps.
Okay.
So,
Do you have like a range on your scope?
Yeah.
14 total.
14 total. Well, 14's still decent. You look through the scope of your rifle, Ace, and as you do this, you kind of zoom in on the like little spots of sand in which he was pointing your direction, and you can see there are in fact like imprints in it, but they don't look too deep. So you, being from your background, see that if they are tracks, they've been there for quite a while.
Okay, so I tell the guys there are definitely tracks there, but they don't look like they're very fresh.
Yeah, but we don't know how long we've been crashing.
That's true.
That is a good point. You seem like you got some experience on you.
Well,
And-
with the way my pod was cracked, I think we had just crashed. Because I can't be alive in my pod with it being all cracked and banged up for that long.
Why not?
Because the pods keep you alive, and if I have a giant hole,
Yeah, but the outside air is fine. So
Yeah.
why couldn't you be okay?
We could have only been out
Well,
for
yeah,
like
but
a
we're
few
out
hours.
of-
You can survive for like.
Well, that
few
pod is
days,
what
at
keeps you in that hibernation, right?
Correct. So we probably just got out of the hibernation, was sleeping for a little bit longer.
No,
I don't
Only a
think
couple
we've
hours.
been here too long, or I would have.
My guess we
My-
made it for
I think
5
there's
hours
no
tops.
point in arguing, and I think that maybe we should just go follow the tracks.
I want to follow it.
Yup,
I'm with Luffy.
I'm with you.
That is where we are going to end our first episode. This has been Great Lakes D&D. This is Devin, the Dungeon Master, and obviously the crew.
I'm Joel. I play Chopper.
It's Shaggy. I play Ace.
Mason as Luffy.
Josh as Salix.
And that was our first episode. So leave a like, leave a subscribe, hang out, watch it.
Comment
We'll-
down below.
We'll be
Tell
back.
us what you want to do next.
We'll be back for another one. So see you guys.
Peace.